Breeze outside, top comes off, shorts, flip-flops. Indian people, scarf, jacket, woolly hat, gloves. It's a complete difference in culture, which is fantastic, but also kind of weird. I bet there are some of you, I can't actually see because I'm blinded, but I bet there are some of you awkwardly tucking away your jackets now being like, no, not me, I didn't wear the jacket today. The guy clapping definitely is. But yeah, no, it is fantastic to be here tonight. I have been a little bit nervous, but I remember talking to my granddad about tonight, and he said all you need to do is have a couple of paracetamol pills, because that seems to be the sort of go-to cure for any illness that an Indian can come up with. It's true. All the parents in the audience, when their kids have been ill, yeah, just want some paracetamol. But mum, dad, like, I'm dying. Like, no, paracetamol, it's fine. But a little bit about me. It's great. I was going to say it's great to see so many brown faces in the audience, but no, I can't actually tell. I was going to say that it's sort of like playing Where's Wally and you're trying to pick out the white person, but. I can't actually tell, so white people, make yourselves known if you're in the audience tonight. That's more than I imagined. Playing that kind of version, sort of that kind of game of Where's Wally is sort of what I do whenever I go to Leicester or Southall with my family, because you're guaranteed hours of fun. I'm pretty sure my parents have driven through Southall, and in 3 hours I didn't see a single white face. The only reason I bring it up though, it's not like a racial thing, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But it is true. I think I'm correct in saying that, at Cambridge in general, it's about 85% of students in general Caucasian, and the rest are ethnic minorities. And my grandparents from India often ask me, Krishna, what's it like to be an Indian at Cambridge? And that's a question which I've never particularly given much thought to. I don't see myself as outside of the general Cambridge student, if you will. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I realised that maybe I am. I mean, last year one of my supervisors, his method of teaching, just to give a little bit of context, was to create a hypothetical scenario in the supervision, and we'd discuss that scenario based on what we'd obviously read. And for any lawyers in the audience, I'm not lying, because this is about Roman law. So my supervisor would create this hypothetical scenario, and I'd always be the slave. True story. My white friend would be my master, and I'd be sold to my other white friend. I had no say in this. And I was willing to let that go. Maybe just rolled that way. I wasn't sure. But then I spoke to 2 other Asians in the year above. And it turns out they were also the slave as well. So I'm not sure if I'm living in pre-independence India, but I didn't sign up for that, right? Before I go off, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about me. It's a pronoun. Sorry, that's my really cheesy grammar joke. It won't happen again. I'm really sorry. But as you can probably guess, I am a lawyer. I'm a second-year lawyer, to be precise, and it's not that great. But no, part of being a second-year lawyer means that I'm currently doing a lot of internship applications for various law firms. And, they're a bit tricky, haven't been so successful at the moment. But, I found doing these applications that they often ask varying questions. Some of them don't even have anything to do with law. One of the questions I remember being, some of them do, but some of them are quite tricky questions as well. One of the questions I remember being asked is, what is the greatest challenge you have overcome? And that's a bit of a weird question, isn't it? I mean, I'm 20 years old, I'm still afraid of the dark, I haven't really overcome many great challenges in my life. I think one of the greatest challenges for me personally is when you're trying to find the little bit of sellotape on the roll, because you don't know where to lift it back on the roll. You're scouring around, you can't really find it. But I don't think that's the kind of great challenge that they're looking for. But another question that one firm asked me was, which fictional character do you relate to and why? It's a question which has nothing to do with law, let's be honest. And I don't think that they liked my answer about Jesus, because I got rejection the very next day. I'm also a massive TV lover. For anyone who knows me well will know that I pretty much spend most of my time watching TV. I don't know how I have time for a degree. And one of my friends had a genius idea of giving me details to his Netflix account, which has basically ruined my life, so thank you very much, Sid. But no, I do love all TV, and I'm not talking about, like, you know, Indian serials. I'm not talking about, like, Kahani Karkarki and all that rubbish. You know, because I've never been a fan, and I thank my lucky stars that my mum and dad don't have Star Plus at home, because if they did, I'd probably have moved out, like, 10 years ago. But, you know, it's all the dramatic camera angles. They just don't make any sense to me. No, I'm talking about, you know, Western shows, you know, the really good ones, like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, that kind of stuff. I know who that woo was from. that kind of stuff, you know. And what a lot of people aren't aware of is that these kind of popular shows, they often have, you know, other countries often try to remake them. So I'm not sure if anybody's aware, but there was, for a brief period of time, a Japanese version of Friends. There's also currently an Indian version of 24. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that would work. It's probably just like the American version, only with Bollywood-esque twists, I'm guessing. So maybe Jack Bauer dies in one episode, and then his evil twin is born in the next, and terrorizes the entire town. Something which not a lot of people know, actually, is that there was also an Indian version of How I Met Your Mother, which I stumbled across upon when browsing the internet. And, you know, I was really curious to see what it was like, because it's always funny to see how different countries portray different shows and, you know, how they adopt the American culture into their own. And, but I found out, you know, to my great disappointment, that it wasn't actually a very long series. In fact, there's actually only one episode, and it's about the wedding. So, spoiler alert. Before I go off, though, I've just got time for one more quick bit, but it requires a bit of audience participation. You all ready? Fantastic. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Krishna. I've been Krishna Parikh. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience. Good night.